Hello everybody! This is the second part of my journey where I explored Tenerife. We will be sailing to a new island called La Gomera, discovering hidden flavors, watching the most beautiful sunrise in my life. This episode is all about adventure on water, on land, and on the plate. Get ready for the journey you will never forget. The day started with golden sunlight spilling over the ocean, waking us up with the promise of another epic adventure.
Look at this view, isn't it amazing? We are going to another island today.
We were leaving Tenerife behind and setting sail towards La Gomera, one of the hidden gems of the Canary Islands. We hopped onto the Olsen ferry, and let me tell you, if you ever had a chance to see Tenerife from the sea, do it! Now, here is something that actually caught me off guard. Boarding the ferry felt more like flying to another country. We had to go through passport control, document checks, and then wait in a line with other passengers. So here is my advice: arrive early. It's not just a hop-on kind of situation, and you don't want to be rushing. Once we were on board though, wow! As the ferry pulled away from Tenerife, the view just opened up. The volcano loomed in the distance, and the ocean stretching endlessly on all sides. It was one of those moments you just stand still for. The view of the island from the sea, next level. We took a bunch of photos, obviously. Gotta save those kind of memories. After the smooth ride, we met up with the crew, a group of guys ready to dive into the world of sailing, with Valery leading the way. But before stepping on board, a quick tip for everyone who's never been on a yacht: take off your shoes. It's kind of an unspoken rule, but also a sign of respect for the boat and the people living on it. We dropped our bags on the boat and without wasting any time headed straight into the mountains to see what La Gomera had to offer. The road instantly took us uphill, twisting and turning like a roller coaster. There were moments where everything opened up, and you'd look down at valleys blanketed in green, or out across the ocean, where in distance you could still see Tenerife, standing tall with its volcano piercing the sky. We decided to take a little hike. Nothing too crazy, just a short trail off the road. But man, thanks God we didn't go too far. Those cliffs, no joke. It was one of those humbling moments where nature reminds you, this is her turf. Nevertheless, we kept going, and it was worth it. At the top, I snapped a few shots that I still can't believe I took. Definitely one of those "this is why I travel" moments. After our uphill adventure, we drove to La Vista Bar Camping, and let me tell you, this place was something else. It had that raw, real vibe. No frills, no fancy decor, just wooden chairs, open air, and view that stretched all the way to forever. This is the kind of spot you'd drive right past if you didn't know better, but thankfully, we didn't. We ordered a local lineup: potaje de berros, a rich, earthy watercress soup, warm and full of depth; carne de cabra, tender goat meat, slow-cooked till it practically melted; and veal with papas, simple, satisfying, pure comfort food. And then there were the mojo sauces, a fiery red mojo and a zingy green one. Honestly, they brought everything to life. You dip your meat or potatoes or add it to the soup and instantly get it. This is what Canarian flavor is all about. Don't expect overly chatty service. The same woman who greeted us was also pouring the wine and working at the kitchen. Reserved? A bit. But that made it feel even more real, like you were in someone's home, not a restaurant. And when the food hit the table, it tasted like a Spanish grandma made it just for me. The prices at La Vista, more than fair. The reviews? Honestly, don't let them scare you. Go try it yourself. If you want authenticity, this is where it lives. After a long day, we returned to the yacht, where the crew was waiting. Over the glass of wine, we finally had time to connect. After all, you need to know who you're sailing with before challenging the ocean. Spontaneously, we decided to head into town for a meal at Pizzería Los Laureles. We were not too hungry, but couldn't resist the pizza refrescante, a bold mix of tomato sauce, pineapple, banana, mozzarella, and bacon. Weird? Maybe. Delicious? Absolutely. To top it off, I tried a layered shot with coffee and banana liqueur. A perfect combo. The banana liqueur is huge here, and now I see why. We ended the night with a stroll through the city, soaking in the music and atmosphere. But sleep was a must, because at 4 a.m. I was waking up to the most breathtaking sunrise of my life. That morning, as I watched the sun rise over the Atlantic, everything felt simple, yet infinite. Moments like this remind you why you travel, not just to see places, but to feel them. And this was something I'd never forget. Spending most of the day on the yacht made me realize something. Life on the water teaches patience. You move with the wind, adjust to the rhythm of the waves, and learn to just be. The ocean stretches endlessly, open and unpredictable, yet strangely peaceful. After an unforgettable journey on the water, we sailed back to Tenerife, ready to end the day with something special. Our destination, Et Secrète de Chimné, a Michelin-awarded restaurant where my brother Eugene, our captain Valery, and I treated ourselves to an unforgettable dinner. From the moment we walked in, I knew this place was different. Fridges filled with aging meats lined the entrance, setting the tone for an experience ahead. We chose a table near the open kitchen, because if you're at the Michelin-level spot, you want to see the magic happen. Naturally, we started with local wine, because what pairs better with world-class food than something made right here? Then came the first surprise, the bread service. I was expecting a simple basket, but instead they rolled out the entire bread cart. It was a whole performance, a moment of pure appreciation for the simplest ingredients done right. Then the food started rolling in. Both tartare with fried yuca, a bold unforgettable twist on the classic. Once you try it, you never forget it. Both croquetas, same deep gamey flavor, but wrapped in crispy golden perfection. Roasted eggplant with creamy cheese and palm honey. Easily one of the best eggplant dishes I ever had. Sweet, smoky, creamy, it had everything. And finally the showstopper, premium Chateaubriand with roasted vegetables. My bro and I love our steaks rare, but Valery wanted his more cooked. And that's when the second bit of tableside magic happened. Instead of just taking it back to the kitchen, they brought out a portable pan with a live flame, letting him cook his piece exactly to his liking. And here is the crazy part. I tried cooking my last bite just a little more, and somehow it unlocked even more flavor. The meat was deep, smoky and rich, but what really caught me off guard was this subtle hint of metal. It was fascinating. I haven't tried nothing like that before.